Because 3 out of 4 of these shows are on hiatus and the other show is just done, I think this is a good time to make this video. What is this video about? Me talking about my favorite cartoons. Also, I'm just starting to animate, so I'm trying this animation style. It might seem lazy, but it works for me. Because I'm lazy. Also, there will be timestamps. And, if it wasn't already obvious, there are going to be spoilers for all of these shows. Ducktales, the show that puts exclamation marks at the end of every episode, and you didn't know until you have to write the name of an episode down. In my opinion, Darkwing Duck's storyline isn't that good. Replacing an old actor to help get a child get her grandfather back fails, doesn't do anything about it for the remainder of the show, and helps a bit during some of the finales. Also, this show is kind of notorious for having cliffhangers and doesn't do anything about them for the rest of the show. A couple examples: Season 2, Episode 4, The Town Where Everyone Was Nice, The Plant Planting Another Plant. Season 2, Episode 16, The Duck Knight Returns, the old actor planning revenge and laughing hysterically. And there's probably more, but that's all I can remember off the top of my head. My favorite season finale out of all the 3 seasons was the first season's The Shadow War. Scrooge's family reacts to Leno working with Magica De Spell rising to power and then literally losing all of that power. The Shadow War leads to Violet's backstory on having the amulet, even though that's not until the next season. The Shadow War was a pretty good season finale. And Moonvasion doesn't even compare. Sure, the parts leading up to the ending were good. Lunaris and his game arrives, Scrooge tries all of his plans which don't work, and is stumped. The ending, though, is dumb. Now, I know that that's, dumb points, but I'm not talking about Flintheart's plan. I'm talking about why Lunaris doesn't just freaking punt Flintheart and Scrooge, go back to the spaceship, yeet Launchpad at Mitzi falls, killing everyone besides Gladstone because he's freaking lucky, and continues to push the Earth out of orbit. But no, he moves slow as frick and doesn't push Scrooge out of the way and just blocks off his attacks until he trips. The last adventure is better than Moonvasion, but still worse than the Shadow War. The twists were awesome. I never would have expected them. However, the ending didn't make sense. Scrooge says, well, frick, I just signed a piece of paper that says I can't do any adventures anymore, but hold up, family is the greatest adventure of all. Contradicting itself, the Papyrus of Binding destroys itself and Scrooge can adventure again. But, knowing the Papyrus, I thought a big gust of wind would just push Scrooge's family into the portal, but no. Big City Greens. The characters look like humans, but are they? This is going to be the least talked about show. It's a good show, but it doesn't really have an overall story. Each episode is its own, which is why I don't really have anything to say about it. My one question is, will Bill still be able to farm on the roof of Gloria Green's cafe?
It's Gloria plus Green.
Amphibia, the show that made Mario realize he can just screw the mini mushroom and use the music box instead. This show was good, like really good. That's not to say that the other shows aren't good. This was just the first show that I had a story I was hooked to. Now, the Della storyline was good, but while that was going on, I was wondering, where the frick is Marcy? I thought that she was going to be in Lily Paddington, or whatever that place is called, because Anna was in Wartwood, Sasha's in Toad Tower, so it would have made sense. But of course, she's in Newtopia, the place where they need to go to get back home. Guys, I made a mistake when I watched this. The first episode I saw all the way through was the last episode of the first season. When Sasha fell, I was like, oh shoot, Disney is going to kill off a teenager? Wait, no, Disney wouldn't do that. But she's still falling. But then a guy grabs her and I was like, oh, never mind. That show looks pretty good. So I watched the whole season. And I'm so mad at myself for watching the season finale. I mean, if I didn't, I probably wouldn't have started watching it, but still. Also, in the season 2 intro, people were like, what the actual is that? And later we made the connection that it was Marcy, but like, I thought her being giant would have something to do with the actual story, but no. Also, Gravity Falls and Amphibia. I would have expected that kind of crossover on the Owl House, not Amphibia. Also, Frog Zeus proves the theory that the music box teleported Aunt Sasha and Marcy to another universe.
Say, Mr. Pons, do you ever get the feeling that we exist simultaneously in multiple parallel universes, completely unaware of the other's very existence?
You been licking yourself again, Frog Zeus?
I watched this video called Watch Up and Shut Amphibia or something, and the guy who was narrating the video said the following.
And you can mark it on my grave that Season 1 of Amphibia was better than Owl House Season 1.
And my immediate reaction was, how dare you? The Owl House has awesome battles, incredible plot twists, and shipping. Where does all that happen in Amphibia? Oh right, only in the season finales. But then later I thought about it and thought, yeah, he's probably right. But I'll get into that later when I actually talk about the Owl House. Also, here's my reaction to True Colors. Me before watching True Colors. Alright guys, my reaction to True Colors. Me after watching True Colors. Yo! Now, none of these shows beat Gravity Falls, but True Colors is as good, if not better, than Weird Mageddon. The Owl House, the only show I know where there's a secret language that uses IPA instead of the alphabet. This is probably going to be the most talked about show. Anyways, let's talk about why I agree that Amphibia Season 1 is better than the Owl House Season 1. Sure, there's awesome battles, incredible plot twists, and shipping, but that only mainly happens in the last 5 episodes. In the majority of the season, though, there's only like 1 episode with an awesome battle and a bit of shipping here and there. And there's not even a single episode in the Owl House that has awesome battles, incredible plot twists, and shipping altogether because Amity went and broke her leg by getting viciously tackled. However, Amphibia actually has episodes with awesome battles, incredible plot twists, and shipping. Now, there's other reasons, but I don't want to waste too much time on an arguable opinion. I made a list of completely filler episodes that don't do anything for the rest of the series. Let's go through all the episodes to see which ones are filler. Episode 1, A Lying Witch and a Warden, the starting episode. You need it. Episode 2, Witches Before Wizards. Filler. Now you might say, but what about Luce learning that the boiling owls can be beautiful looking at it the right way? So, the boiling owls can be beautiful, you look at it at a certain angle. Okay. Episode 3, I Was a Teenage Abomination. Luce visits Hexside for the first time and meets Willow, Gus, and Amity. Episode 4, The Intruder. Ida's Curse and Luce's Magic.
I just did magic! I just did magic!
Episode 5, Conventions. Ida has a sister. Episode 6, Hoodoo's Moving Hassle. Tibbles becomes a recurring villain. Episode 7, Lost in Language. Luce gets on good terms with Amity. Episode 8, Once Upon a Swap.
Ida wanted to be in the Emperor's Coven?
Episode 9, Something Ventured, Someone Framed. Luce is allowed to join Hexside. Episode 10, Escape of the Palisman. Filler. Oh wait, Ida's elixir isn't healing the curse, so never mind. Episode 11, Sense and Insensitivity. Filler. But what about Ida saying that Lilith won't let her die because she's her sister? We're kind of seeing an example of this in Wing Light Witches, so... Episode 12, Adventures in the Elements. Luce learns magic a second time. Episode 13, The First Day. Luce's first day at Hexside. Episode 14, Really Small Problems. Filler, and I think everyone will agree with me. Episode 15, Understanding Willow. We get some insight on Willow and Amity's childhood. Episode 16, Enchanted Gromfright. Amity has a crush on Luce. Episode 17, Wing Light Witches. Amity twists her leg a bit. Oh wait, never mind, she broke it. Episode 18, Agony of a Witch. Lilith was the one who cursed Ida. Episode 19, Young Blood, Old Souls. Ida's curse is shared with Lilith. So if you're planning on binging the Owl House but on a tight schedule, then maybe skip episodes 2, 11, and 14. But if you get paranoid and feel like you're missing something by not watching those episodes, even though you're really not, then watch them. I don't recommend skipping any episode in the series. But, like I said, if you're on a tight schedule, then I wouldn't mind if you let episodes 2, 11, and 14 bite the dust. Wow, that was a lot of shows. Now, the Della storyline was good, but while that was going on... Now, the Della storyline was good, but while it was... Oh my god. Now, the Deli's...